you've been watching this show for a while, you'll know that trying to draw fast, smooth and realistic 3D visuals has never been an easy task for PCs. When personal computers first appeared, all they could do was text, text and more text. Today, dedicated 3D graphics cards which help solve that problem are beginning to appear, but we thought we'd give you an update on the system we think might beat the rest, PowerVR. Up until now, drawing three-dimensional scenes has normally been done one particular way. Make polygon wire meshes for each object, paint them with the right colour, and then work out which bits you're supposed to be able to see with something called a Z buffer.
Most traditional systems use a polygonal model and use a Z buffer, which is a large memory system. Now, those two things together mean that the system is very expensive. We don't use any of those technologies at all.
Instead, PowerVR uses its own secret rendering code along with a way of describing shapes called infinite plane geometry. It's complicated, but the results are visuals that include correct shadows, atmospheric fog, and multiple light sources. Most PC graphic cards are actually slower than the computer's brain or CPU, making the computer wait around doing nothing. Here, it's the other way around.
PowerVR has the ability to render 3D images faster than the CPU can deliver the geometry necessary. So in fact, it's quite dependent on the speed of the CPU that's inside the machine.
So it's still a case of the faster your machine, the better it'll go. But with claims of 3 to 4 times the rendering speed of a PlayStation and Saturn, even the Nintendo 64's got some serious competition. Right now, some of you will be saying, yeah, very pretty, but is anyone going to use it? Well, big software names like Namco and Sega have already signed agreements to convert their best titles to take advantage of PowerVR's features. But the biggest news is that the world's largest PC maker, Compaq, has decided to put the 3D system into several of its models as standard.
We had our engineers go through and literally look at every single company that was working on 3D technology, and PowerVR was clearly the fastest. And the interesting thing was not only was it the fastest, but it was also extremely cost-effective.
After VideoLogic explained their design to us, we couldn't believe that someone hadn't thought of the idea sooner. But it's often the most simple concepts that are the toughest to come up with. So far, PowerVR has a whole lot of promise and a whole bunch of people behind the scenes trying to make it a standard. Once the technical demos are replaced by games from the top software houses, the future could be very bright indeed.